ended up getting a mic. We're going to try to find out if this works. So hopefully we'll get a few people in here at some point so you can hear this. We're testing this, see if it's all right. We got 25 returns. We went up to Columbus last night and we were thrifting, you know, for some profit. And my buddy found a Ronald Reagan autographed book. He paid like $2 for it. He's probably going to get $1,000 for it. That was crazy. And he gave me this book of 93 tops. It's not a set. There's a lot of gold cards in here. He just said, "Oh, I wanted to give this to you." I don't know if he's giving it to me or I'm going to trade him something for it. I don't know. I'll probably end up giving him something. I mean, there's some star cards in here. Hey, what's up? J Dubs, TTMs. Can you guys hear me all right? I got a mic now, so I'm trying to find out if you can hear me now. But like I said, I picked this binder up for free. My buddy just gave it to me. I'll probably give him a pack of cards or 2 packs of cards for it. But it's, like I said, it's got a lot of stuff in it, a lot of TTM fuel. So there's a Frank Thomas gold, so I'll probably get a few bucks for that. But like I said, it's filled, man. There's tons and tons of gold cards in here. I'm not sure if these gold cards are worth anything, but I'm sure they'll be good for my dollar boxes at the store. Like I said, this thing's loaded, man. So I just wanted to let you guys see that. And like I said, he found a autographed Ronald Reagan book, which is freaking awesome. I didn't find anything like that. But here's something I did find the other day. You guys know I sell stuff on eBay for a living. I found this Cowboys hat. It's got the patch. It's got a Super Bowl emblem. I paid $5 for this at the flea market. I think I have it for $99 or $100. Probably get that for it. But here's what you guys have been waiting for, guys. There's 25 TTMs we got. I've been so busy trying to open up all my locations. I've got another location now, so I've got to start moving in tomorrow. Didn't have time to check and find out when these were sent. So we're just going to show them to you because I've been wanting to show them to you guys, and I'm sure you're interested in seeing what we have here. My office is horrible here. Here's a Terry Labonte. This is a nice card. I always like those. Another Terry Labonte. Yeah, those are cool. 4 for 4. Terry Labonte. Yeah, hey, this is nice. Been waiting a couple months for this. I sent $5 to William the Refrigerator Perry. This is a cool card. I like the Legends card. Legend card's pretty awesome. What's up, CV Baseball Card Collector? We got Tom Mack. Sorry I'm not able to tell you, like I said, when I got these, when I send them out. I just haven't had time to research it and do stuff, so I just wanted to show you guys before the pile started getting too high. We got a 78 Tom Mack, Wonder Bread Tom Mack, 71 Tops Tom Mack, and a 75 Tops. Very nice. Pretty awesome when you get 4 Hall of Famers. We got an index card signed by Eugene Lockhart. Yeah, champ at TTMs. I tell you, I've been lazy so far, man. I've been trying to get this other store opened up, and I haven't wrote a letter in probably 2 weeks. I got to get on the ball. I asked Eugene who his favorite player was, or actually favorite teammate, Tony Dorsett. They were never teammates. Maybe he just, I don't, his last year was 94. Dorsett retired, what, 90 or something? I don't know. But here's Eugene Lockhart. Score, Skybox, Fleer, and one of my game days. Doesn't have a great autograph, but hey, I'll take it. Hope I use a computer. I'm just using my phone. And all my letters I handwrite too. Got an index card by Conrad Dobler. Oh, this is nice. Upper Deck Legends. And a 78, 75, And a 79 tops. Very nice. Yeah, I do all the envelopes by hand. I do all the letters by hand. Do the return addresses by hand. I do everything by hand. I need to get some address labels. I'm just too cheap to do it. What do we got here? Former Buckeye. What's up, Cool Plastics? We need to see some more videos from you, man. There's a 95 Upper Deck. I can't remember what year Pacific that is. Like I said, these Ultras look pretty awesome signed. That Pacific is not signed, so 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 is not too bad. Like I said, it's so much easier to do this live than it is trying to edit and all that stuff. Yeah, I should print my labels. I was just thinking about going to Vista Print and ordering some labels. I can't remember if I sent $5 or $10 for these. I may have sent 10 because I think he's a $5 fee or donation. But yeah, those are cool. Mark Brunell. It's pretty cool. Yeah, video making's tough, man. Especially when you got, you know, I do pretty much a full-time store on eBay, and now I have 2 physical locations, so it's getting tough, man. It's all these things are tearing my time away, and I'm not being able to put as much time and stuff as I'd like. Running out of time, man. And I'm an only one-man operation. 2 out of 3 from Frank White. Man, this guy takes forever. I knew this probably took about a year or so. Exactly. I haven't seen your videos, J-Dubs, in a while, dude. Yeah, it's tough with the kids. That's why I had to get an eBay office here, and it's a YouTube office too. So I do it. I'm at my office right now. It's about a mile from my house, so it's not too bad. Here's an 85 Fleer and a 75 Tops. Yeah, I used to use those free labels. Back in the 90s, they used to send me labels all the time. I can't remember who, some charity, and I would always use those like all the time. I haven't got any of those kind of labels in like a long time. I used to love that. All right. We got a favorite teammate, Curtis McGriff, and that was from George Martin. We got an 82, an 81, and an 82. I've been thinking about sending out Frank White's rookie card. I have a rookie card too. I think it's signed by like somebody else, I think. Here we go. Here's a nice one. You guys know I like my Gypsy Queens. That thing's pretty awesome. I like that one. That was a $10 fee. And yeah, I like that. Yeah, I got to get busy writing letters, guys. I've been slacking so bad. This one here took like 8 months. John Hummer. Reminds me of the song Hummers in Heaven. If you haven't heard Hummers in Heaven, go listen to it. It's pretty funny. And the funny thing is, sent this one out like 8 months ago. I sent this one out like 2 months ago. So we got another John Hummer back. So he must do his mail like once a year. So I sent to him twice last year. And we got him twice this week. It's crazy. Yes, Mussina was $10. This is nice. This here was free of charge. Cool Plastics. Slacker. We need more dancing Alan Twitchells. 87 Russ Grimm. 86 Russ Grimm. And a 90 score Russ Grimm. That's pretty nice. This was free of charge. And he hooked it up with the HOF. That's pretty awesome. I forgot he was in the Hall of Fame, tell you the truth, guys. Kirk Loudermilk from Ohio State. This is nice. I like the gold cards. I always try to get the gold cards signed when I can. There's a 90 Fleer, 89 Pro Set, and a Pacific. I like these Pacifics too. They're good looking cards. I need to send this dude a Sharpie though. He's got a weird kind of Sharpie. Him and Steve Grogan must share the same Sharpie. Steve Grogan's got that funky Sharpie too. All right, cool. Have his own spotlight video. That's awesome. Carl Banks. This is nice. Pro line. And I asked Carl Banks, did you ever play for the Browns? And his answer was no, I did not play for the Browns. And obviously he did. There's the card. He played for the Browns. There's a 91 Topps. And a Pro, shoot, what are these things called again? Game Day. My brain's not working today, guys. I've been buying some graded cards. I got like a couple Pokemon Gem Mint 10 PSAs I bought online the other day to try to flip. This one came back unsigned, so I'm not sure if this guy is deceased or I sent it to the wrong address. So we'll have to do some research on that. I stated in my letter, if this is the wrong guy, could you please send back my cards? Because they're really hard cards to find. So it may have just been the wrong person. I don't know. Here's one, Jeff Lageman. Like I said, these specific cards are pretty sweet. And the wild card. And the pro line. Those are pretty sweet. I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame or not. He was pretty good, wasn't he? I remember him being pretty good. Let's see. We got an index card signed by Harold Jackson, 5-time Pro Bowl, Rams, Eagles, Patriots. And he signed a 73. I think it's his rookie card. I think he personalized his rookie card. There's an 80 Topps. An 82 Topps. And an 81 Topps. 5-time Pro Bowl. That's cool. He inscribed all of them. It's pretty sweet. There we go. Burt Jones, 79 Topps, 75 Topps, 72 Topps, and an 81 Topps. Hey, if you guys are out there, hit the like button. That helps the algorithm. That way some other people see the videos. That way we can try to get as many people see the videos as we can. Blank index card. Frank Lewis, an 84 Topps, 82 Topps, 82 Topps team leader. And I asked him who his favorite teammate was. And boom! I don't know if he understands the question or he doesn't know who his favorite teammate is. Yeah, there's lots of football in here. Lots of football. Here was a $5 fee. I was glad to get this one back. Roman Gabriel. I believe I sent a photo of him and I together, and I think he kept that. I asked him who his favorite teammate was. Merlin Olsen. Maybe Wes somebody. Can't remember that. Or can't read that. Thanks. Maybe. And then I don't know what that says. Mo Podius or something? I'm not sure. I used to be a pharmacy technician, so I can usually read pretty bad writing. Yeah, Roman charges, I believe, $5 a piece, which is a pretty good deal. He was a good ball player. Is this guy in the Hall of Fame? I can't remember. Joe Jacoby? I remember he was pretty good. And this is the first time I think I've ever got him he didn't personalize. So there's a Fleer, another Fleer. That's nice. The Upper Deck Legends is pretty sweet. And an 84 Topps. That's pretty sweet. Oh, these are nice. Chris Chandler's got a nice autograph. There's an SP. Yeah, I couldn't remember. For some reason, my camera, after like 5 minutes, my screen went dark, so it's really hard for me to read these. I don't know why it went dark. I try to press the screen and it doesn't come on. Like it kind of went to sleep or something. I'm not sure, but it's kind of hard to read this. This is a Stadium Club card, I think. A Summit card. That's really sweet looking. He's got a nice autograph. There's an Ultra. Pretty sweet autograph. We like that. All right, who else do we have? Oh, he's a 1 per, but he's free, which is nice. John Offerdahl. Not sure if that's his rookie card. No, I don't think that's his rookie card. Looks good in that blue Sharpie, though. I think this is the last one, and then I'll show you a purchase that I made on eBay. How many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, counting the one that we didn't get signed. So we got 25 returns today. We got old school basketball here. This guy used to be a coach, didn't he, Chris Ford? Is he Celtics or something, I think, maybe? But we got 4 of those signed. That's pretty sweet. Love getting those old basketball cards signed. In case you guys missed it in the beginning, I went thrifting yesterday in Columbus, Ohio, which is like a couple hours from my house. And my buddy and I were at a St. Paul de Vincent like thrift store. And he's like, does this autograph look real? And I'm like, yeah, it does. He found a Ronald Reagan autograph personalized book. He's going to put it on eBay for, I think he's going to get it graded, and not graded, but certified, authenticated. And he's going to sell it for like $1,000 or $1,500 or something. It's pretty nuts. Oh, cool. We got Chris Ford back. I expect to see that in the video soon. But I picked these up. This was fairly cheap. I think I got $15 or so in this whole stack. 87 Tops, Bob Melvin, and Dave Gallagher, Sean Hilligus, Mark Knudsen, Ron Karkovice, Luis Medina, Craig Worthington. Some of these guys don't sign their mail. Pete O'Brien, Mark Williamson, Greg Minton. He doesn't sign his mail. Here's some minor league stuff. I didn't have any of these. Jim Schaefer, I have some cards of him from the 60s signed. That's pretty cool. Brian Harvey. I think this is Ty Klein. It's so dark I can't read the writing on those. Bill Long. Ron Karkovice. Glenn Allen Hill. I don't think he does his mail. And a couple Tom Trebleharms. But yeah, I got these things cheap, guys. I love picking up these cheap lots. I also picked up I spent, I think, $200 the other day. I got 150 autograph cards, and I think I got like 6 autographed 16 by 20s for $200. So I've been getting some heck of good deals. But that's what we like. We like to find good deals. We like to send out for autographs. We like to do all that fun stuff. I think that's everything I have to show you. I said I gotta write some more letters. Yeah, like I said, that book was a steal. I think he got that book for like $2, and like I said, those autographs were a steal too. I find there's a few guys on eBay that run like 500 to 1,500 auctions per week, and they start everything at 99 cents. So I bid on probably like 1,500 to 2,000 autographs every week, and sometimes I win one, like this, which is really crazy considering I bid on 1,000 items, and then yesterday I won 2 off 1,000 items. I think I spent a whole $5.56 yesterday and bought 2 autographed 4x6s for like $5 or something. One was like the creator of My Little Pony, and one was some Disney character. Sent 13 requests out in 2 weeks, you're pooped. I usually send out about 13 requests in about, 30 minutes. People have been asking me, and maybe I'll answer some questions if you have some questions. But I talk to people on Facebook and stuff, and they're always asking me, hey, how do you write 100 letters like every week? How can I get my output faster? What I do is I do stuff in assembly lines. Like, I'll get all my return address is done. I'll put my address, and then I'll put my address up. I'm starting to put my address in the top corner now too, in case they get lost or they can't read that other address. But I get the return address done, and then I write all my letters at once too. So I don't write, you know, usually it's almost like a form letter a lot of times. I mean, if it's somebody special, I'm going to write, a more special letter. If it's somebody special, I'll write a special letter. Or if it's somebody I really like. But most of the time, I write the same letter to people. That I'm a fan, I'm a baseball fan, or I'm a football fan, or whatever, and been collecting autographs and, trying to get all the sets, whatever. I mean, just, that's all I do. It's all, my letters are on an index card. I mean, you don't have to have a huge letter. And you guys have seen my channel. I got 25,000 autographs last year, so I don't think you have to have a huge, huge letter. Yeah, like I said, I adjust them for big guys or guys I really like. I mean, like somebody like, George Martin. I'm not a huge fan. I don't remember him playing much. I mean, I didn't watch the Giants much unless they were playing the Cowboys at that time. So, he would get a letter, just a form letter like, hey, I'm a huge football fan. And like I said, I don't even put it like, I don't even lie to him and say, hey, I'm a huge Giants fan, because it's a form letter. I'm just like, hey, I'm a huge football fan, which I was in the 90s and 80s and 70s. I just quit watching it in 95, but like I said, just do everything in a form letter. Then like I said, when you, in an assembly line, and then, you said, put all your stamps all at one time, do all your things at one time. And then at the end, I just take my cards, stuff my envelopes with my letter, boom. Like I said, it's all assembly line. And then seal them up, stamp them all at the same time, and then I just address them all at the same time. So that's what I do. It seems to help. I mean, I've been doing this since the 80s. I did it from 85 through 2000. So I did it for like 15 years. And back then I was sending out 100 letters a day sometimes. I didn't have much of a life back then, but I was a machine back then. But like I said, 100 a week is a lot easier than 100 a day. We sent out, one week we sent out 1,000, me and my buddy. My best friend and I started doing this kind of like, together, kind of as like a hobby, something we enjoyed doing. And like I said, we each sent out like 1,000 letters one time. It was like we bought 6 sets and broke them all down, and it ended up being 1,000 different players from those sets that we sent out. And back then we only got about a 10% return. When Trout came out, I didn't even know who he was. I still don't know who Trout is, hardly. I quit watching baseball in 1995. I got mad at them because they had a strike. And 2 of my favorite teams possibly could have been in the World Series that year. The Indians and the Expos, because they were both, I think, first place in their divisions. And I used to go out and chase minor league baseball a lot in person. That's how I started doing in-person autographs. So I was friends with like a lot of the Indians and a lot of the Expos. I knew Manny Ramirez pretty well, and Cliff Floyd and Rondell White and Uguay Thurbina and all those guys. Yeah, me too. I quit for 10 years. 2010 until like a year or 2 ago. So however long that was. So I quit for 10, 12 years or something. I haven't done the minor leagues. I couldn't tell you how long. Hey, what's up, William? I just lost your comment. That's one thing I don't like about live. I don't have the computer here, so if you guys have a question or something that I didn't see or I didn't answer, go ahead and put it back in the comments, because it only stays up for about 2 seconds. Like I said, I don't have the computer up to be able to read the comments. What's up, 25 Perez TTM? Cool, man. I love minor league baseball. I think we lost our team like I used to go to Charleston. What was it? Charleston Power or West Virginia Power or whatever. I think they lost their team, but I think they got one coming back in, like a low A team maybe. So I may start up again. Like I said, it's been a while. But then I used to go to Columbus. There was sometimes I would hit 3 minor league baseball games in one day. We'd go down to Charleston, hit them about noon when they were coming in for like an afternoon game, like get them while they're coming off the bus. And then we'd hop in the car real quick and drive to Canton. And then we would get those guys as they was, starting the game, coming in on the field and stuff. And then we'd leave there and go to Columbus and get those guys after the game. So there was one day that I hit Jason Kendall in the morning, who played for the Pirates later on. And then I think we were getting like Cliff Floyd and Rondell White and all those guys. The second game, Curtis Pride, Hugo Urbina, a bunch of these, Expos. Expos had a great Double-A team that year. And then later on that night, we went up to get Richmond, where they had Jose Oliva, Mike Kelly, Chipper Jones, Ryan Klesko, I think Mark Werlers or something. Their team was stacked. So that day was a very good day. There was a lot of good autographs that day. Those are the kind of days I miss. Like I said, I don't even know who these minor league kids are nowadays. I don't even know. I was on Facebook the other day and some guy mentioned, I don't even know, can't even remember his name, Tommy or some pitcher hitter for the Angels. No idea who he is. I think he's the hottest player in baseball, and I don't know who he is. I don't even know his name. That tells you how much I don't watch. I don't really watch ESPN anymore. I don't watch sports anymore. Now, I was watching a Blue Jackets game, and I didn't know a single person on that team. Hockey I haven't watched since the 90s. And they were playing the Islanders, and there was one kid named, well, he's not a kid, I think he's like 40 some years old, like Chara or something. This dude's like freaking 6'8" or something. He's huge. Only reason I remember him is because I used to play some Wii game, a hockey Wii game, and I used him all the time because he was huge and it was like he would crush people. So that's the only reason I knew who he was. But I was like, oh, I know that guy, but not for his hockey prowess, just because he was on a video game. Come to find out, it's the same guy. The guy's been in the league since the late '90s or something. But maybe since I watched a hockey game, maybe I'll start getting some hockey autographs. I have like 5 boxes, like unopened sealed wax boxes from the early '90s I could open up and send out. I haven't done any hockey since the '90s. I used to do hockey through the mail in the '90s, but not lately. Any of you guys do any hockey right now? I haven't done any soccer yet. I see some of the guys do like soccer and stuff, but I definitely don't know any soccer. I didn't even know David Beckham retired. You got enough on your plate, Chad, right? Well, he said, I think I'm going to go home, get some work done. Just wanted to show you guys this stuff and hang out a little bit. But like I said, I just wanted to test this out. So I was hoping the sound was better than it was before. Because that last sound I had, it was like, sounded like a freaking waterfall or something. I think I'm going to delete that video because I did shoot like a recap of like, just what I got, but it wasn't like a real thing. It was like 2 minutes. Hey, what's up, Blake? Just hanging out, not doing much right now. But yeah, I've done a couple movie stars. I want to do more. Uh, I've been watching videos of, can't remember the channel's name, Chris and Chris collecting cards or something maybe. He's been getting a lot of the, what do you call it, custom cards done by a lot of the, movie stars and stuff. So that's kind of getting me kind of motivated to want to send that stuff out. So that's what I love about these channels, man. Like I said, I watch you guys' channels too. I get motivated by watching you guys, and I just want to, motivate people to, watching me to want to send out stuff. That's why I try to send out pretty much anybody and everybody. I know a lot of people just like to send out, stars or Hall of Famers, or they have certain teams they like, but I like it all. I always have. I always like just everybody. If you're on a baseball card, I don't care who you are. If you're on a baseball card, that means you had more talent than I ever had. More talent than 98% of any person in the world had. So, you're worthy of an autograph. A lot of people are like, where are you getting those bums? Because I want to, because I like to. They're not bums to me. They were in the Major League Baseball. You can't call a guy a bum that made it to the major leagues. I saw someone get Rita. Is she? I know she used to sign. Well, I haven't. At least I haven't done celebrities. I think isn't she like one of the few people that won an Oscar and a Tony and an Emmy or something? I think she's won like a bunch of them. I love Bruce Dern. I'd like to get him. I watched him in some horror movie the other day. He played some crazy old man. Imagine that. He plays a lot of crazy old men. Linda Evans. I remember getting her back in the day, in the 90s. But yeah, that seems like a lot of the good celebrity people are dying. The old school people that used to sign their mail. Like the Ed Asners and stuff like that. Paper champion. Yeah, or like I heard like Tim Allen's like ghost signing now instead of signing his stuff. So I do have a letter getting ready to go out to Jacqueline Smith. I got some Charlie's Angels cards I want her to sign. Can't remember if I have any other celebrities I'm sending out or not. But like I said, I need to start making some custom cards. Cause hey, I think it's Chris and Chris collecting cards or something. You need to check out that channel if you haven't seen it. Yeah, I like the free ones. Free ones are my favorite. That's why I don't send out for a lot of money ones. I do sometimes. I only send out the money ones just to kind of show you guys, just so I have a variety of stuff. Normally I wouldn't pay $10 for Messina, but that was a cool card. Ah, your ex, Jacqueline Smith. Man, Jennifer's going to be mad. Or Topanga, she might get mad. Or I got the hockey set, or not a set, but a cards like these. They're called like, they're not game day. They're called something else. But I got a box of those that I need to open up and send out to the hockey guys. The hockey game last night was a lot of fun. Does anybody watch hockey? Because I haven't found out. There was not a single fight last night. Are they not allowed to fight anymore? It used to be when I watched hockey, there'd be a fight every once in a while. There was not one single fight. Ah, there you go. Some mature movie stars, yes. I have my picture taken with like 40 movie stars. Like, I have my picture with Jenna Jameson, Nina Hartley, Stephanie Swift, Tabitha Stevens, Rocky Rhodes, Ron Jeremy, Max Hardcore, Tom Byron, Bridget the Midget. There's tons of them. There's like 40. I can't remember them all. Ginger Lynn. Yeah. I went to a video convention. It was like the AVN Awards or something, kind of like, but it was in Atlantic City. And it was like one side was just regular video stuff, and people were like John Voight was there, Jason Priestley, some people from some other movies, some Playmates, some wrestling. I think Bam Bam Bigelow was there, Tommy Dreamer, Francine, Raven. There was tons of people there, and the lines to get like John Voight and Jason Priestley were so freaking big. I did a signing with Jenna Jameson once. Rewound the video. That's funny. I I did a signing with Jenna. It was pretty funny. And then, like I said, the lines were so long at that place we couldn't get any autographs. I mean, literally, we stood in line for like 2 hours to finally get like an autograph for somebody, and it wasn't even anybody really good because like the Jason Priestley line was around the convention center like 4 times. I mean, it would literally have taken like 5 hours to get Jason Priestley's autograph. And at the time, I chased autographs for a living. That's what I was doing back then. And I was like, I'm not going to make any money at this event. And I was actually working for a buddy of mine because I had no intentions of going to that thing. But I was working for him, and I got like one autograph of everybody that I got for myself as payment or whatever, and he paid all the expenses and stuff. So it was a fun event, but I didn't know anything about the adult stars. This was a huge convention center, and I told him, I said, you're not going to make any money at this event. He's like, no, come here. So we go through this curtain, and it's another convention center as big as that convention center. It was like split off in two. And I mean, the place was huge, and it had like 45 porn stars there. And like I said, we ended up getting like 1,500 autographs that weekend or that week. And I did a signing with Jenna Jameson. She was signing like her calendar that she did like in 2000, I think it was. There was like 14 pages to the calendar. There was 12 by the months plus the front plus the back. She was selling the calendar for $20. And I asked her, I said, hey, I would really like to get your pretty autograph on with your pretty face on every one of these photos. I said, is there any way we can do that? And she's like, well, I don't have time to sign every one of these. And I was like, well, you're a smart, beautiful woman. You're a good businesswoman. How much? She did mention you. She mentioned you. She said, you need to hit rewind more often and see her again. But she said, I said, hey, you're a beautiful, smart businesswoman. I'm sure we can work things out. How much is it going to take for me to get an autograph on every page? And she's like, well, I don't know. She gives it seems like a lot of work, a lot of time or whatever. I said, well, look, if I give you twice as much money, let's say I'll give you $40 per calendar, you sign every page. Is that okay? And she's like, yeah, we can do that. So I was like, okay, I'll take 40 of them. And she's like, 40? She goes, do you realize that's $1,600? And I whipped out like $3,000. I was like, are we going to have a problem? She's like, oh, no. She's signing all the things. And she's like, do you want to buy some videos? Do you want to buy some toys? Do you want to buy anything else? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll just take the calendars. And we started cutting those out that night and putting them on eBay. And I bought those 40 for me, and my buddy bought some too. He also bought, I think he bought 40 or 50 of them. But like I said, we cut those out. We were getting $50 to $100 a piece for those on eBay back in like 2000, I think it was. That's one of the reasons I quit doing TTM back in 2000, because I did all in-person autographs. I did sports marketing for players and stuff. And like I said, now I just do TTM for myself. Because like I said, I sold all those autographs for all those years. I pretty much met everybody, did everything, and I pretty much sold all the autographs. So it's like, now I miss all my autographs, so now that's why I'm such a like a I don't know crazy super fan collector or whatever because I want all my autographs back. So that's why I'm collecting every set. And like I said, I'm just having fun because, like I said before, it was a job for me. I did that. I did it for 20 years. So had a baseball card shop for 20 years, and like I said booked players and into card shows and did likeness agreements with players and stuff like that. It just got old. Then I ended up doing I was a karaoke DJ for 18 years after that, so that's why I haven't done anything for about 18 years. But I'm retired from that now, so like I said, that's why I'm collecting autographs. Gives me something to do. I have fun. I get to reminisce about all these players I met. Because I said a lot of these guys I met. I'll tell you another funny story. I don't know if I've told you guys' story. I used to do a story time. I need to go back doing story time. But we were at the South Beach Super Bowl, and Mark Brunell was signing autographs. And I was in his line, and I told my buddy, I was like, hey, I think I can win this contest. And he's like, no, just stay in the line, get an autograph or whatever. So I got my autograph, and he was like way back in the line. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to just sit around and wait for him. So I went on stage, and it was a modeling contest. Whoever, won, they were doing heat laps. Like whoever won that final or thing would go into the finals and win the modeling contest. So I went up on stage and did my little thing on the catwalk, went out, did a full split, and like 10,000 people were going crazy, man. They were like screaming, standing ovation, yelling and screaming, going nuts. And the host of the modeling show was Michael Bergen. He was on Baywatch. He was a model. And he's like, we're not going to have to do any more. We're not doing anything. He automatically won that just because the crowd reaction from you guys. And I won the modeling contest. He was doing the interview with me. And he's like, did you know you could do that before you got up there? And I'm like, Michael, I'd look pretty stupid trying to do a split and not be able to do it, right? So yeah, I knew I could do it. And then he's like, well, how did you know you could do that? And I was like, well, my years and years and years of martial arts training finally paid off. I never had any martial arts training in my life. I just thought it was funny to say thought it was an interesting story to say at the event. And I had like 5 or 6 people follow me out to the car, like, oh, that's awesome, you're awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then the next day, we look in the paper, and I'm on the front page of the sports section, me doing a split, and it says something like, Super Bowl party at South Beach goes crazy or something like that. And I'm going to have to go see if I can find the archive of that. It was pretty funny. But yeah, it's fun stuff. Yeah, like I say, if you guys like that story time series, I may go back and do it. I have so many more stories I could tell. Because like I said, I was on the road for 20 years chasing autographs. So it was. Then I ended up getting married, and I couldn't do it anymore. Couldn't be on the road 300 days a year. How I am for TTM is how I used to be, like in person autographing. Like I said, I was like on the road 300 days a year in a different hotel in a different state. We'd go to Florida for 2 months out of the year, and we'd go to, the Super Bowl, the Masters, World Series, all kinds of stuff to get autographs. Golf tournaments. I used to chase Tiger like his rookie year. Got Tiger a few times in my life, but he's a tough autograph. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go home and get some work done. I said I got to open my new store tomorrow. I'm glad I got to hang out with you guys. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button, and we'll try to get this out to some more people. I want to thank everybody that joined me tonight. I want to thank everybody that signed my cards. And like I said, we'll try to go live a little bit more often. Hey, what's up, Johnny? I still haven't got your cards out to you yet. I'm a slacker, dude. It's sitting right here in my office. Here's the problem. Your cards are sitting here at my office. Your envelope that I finally wrote your address down is sitting in my house. so eventually, these two are going to meet, and we're going to put them together, and we're going to get them out to you. That was hilarious. I just had your thing in my hand a little bit ago. Yeah, not your thing, but your autographs in my hand. You got to watch what you say on these videos. But that's funny. Plastics definitely need some more videos. You're going to have to do a video of Johnny Serena. You have to do an impersonation of him. You could be like, "Hey guys, it's Johnny again." Yeah, these lights are making me tired. Yeah, definitely got to do that. Yeah, man, 400 for the Bills to win. That Twitcher one was hilarious, man. I love. Hi guys. Yeah, Alan really is kind of like the Bob Ross of videos. I love that, man. It's so funny. Yeah, you gotta have something. You gotta have something with Tennessee for Johnny. Gotta have a Tennessee hat on or something. Yeah, Twilight Zone. I like the old one and the new one, and the new one. I guess there was like one in the '90s and there was one like recently. I think. Yeah, but it's cool stuff. I like anything horror, supernatural, sci-fi, any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to edit all this stuff. So you'll probably see more videos. There you go. And the TTM zone. Do 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 do. You know, I could be like, remember the one episode? It was out of the original Burgess Meredith, the guy that was in Rocky. Loved reading books, and it was the end of the world, and he was like the last person living, and I think he was like living in a library, and he's like, yes, finally, I can read every book ever made, or something like. I have all the time in the world, and then he dies or something. That's a good Twilight Zone. It could be like me. I'd be like, I got every every autograph now, and then click. Oops, that'd be funny. Yeah, like I said, I love the Twilight Zones. I tell you, my collection is getting so out of hand. I can't even get the stuff sorted out anymore. Yeah, lost his glasses or he broke them, or I can't remember what it was. But then he couldn't read anymore. It kind of reminded me of my mom. My mom couldn't afford like glasses at the time, and she finally got her glasses, and she was so happy because she was going to be able to read her books and stuff, and she literally died 5 days later. So I felt sorry for her, but it did remind me of the Twilight Zone because she was so happy she got her glasses so she could read. Like I said, she hadn't had new glasses in like 5 years and couldn't read for the last couple years of them. Well, I can't end it now. I can't end it on a down note, right? Look at that stack. Jeez. Like I said, it's just insane trying to keep all this stuff in order. I'm going to take everything out of the binders because the binders are just too hard to do. And I think I'm going to put them all in monster boxes and put them in, penny sleeves and do it that way. Yeah, there you go. See, I need to do more lives just to keep you motivated. If I have to do lives to keep you motivated, I will. Yeah, it's worth it for me. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there that enjoy your videos. It kind of sucks sometimes because I know what it's like, man. You put your heart and your soul and time, and like I said, I spend like 40 hours a week, you know sending out this many letters and sorting stuff out and the videos and editing and stuff, and you always just kind of feel like you're not as appreciated as much as you should or something. You know what I mean? I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything. But every creator just kind of has that feeling where they just feel like they're not meeting their potential or something. You know what I mean? Or something. So, like I said, I know how you feel about the making the videos and stuff and why you took the time off. I've almost stopped this channel. I couldn't tell you how many times, but I just keep going on. Goes where it goes. Like I said, I got some friends. Got one friend right now. So, hey, we got two friends now. Yeah, like I said, you gotta be unique and different. Like I said, that's what makes you you. Whoa, there we go. Glad that's live. Look at that. Sitting here trying to clean up my desk, and it's just not working out too well. I've been sorting out cards all day today, man. And like, it's just everywhere, dude. Let me see if I can get this camera. Like, oh, this is the mess you don't see, and this mess, and then we got stacks and stacks of clothes that need to be put on eBay. We got stacks of cards and crap we've been sorting out. It's nuts in here, guys. Freaking nuts. I have two offices. This is like my eBay office and this is where I do all my shipping, and then I got this table here for my YouTube videos or whatever. And then the back, you guys have seen the back. That's like all my autographs and stuff back there. We got a picture of Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies. It's signed by Roddy Piper and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Shane Douglas, a bunch of other guys. Then they got my movie poster. Got the Walking Dead girl, all zombies signed. They said all that stuff signed. But I think I have a lot of that on my eBay store because I'll just switch it out for something else. I have a bunch of autographs, and like I said, I don't really collect those autographs, but the way I look at it, they're nice to display. I mean, there's some of those I probably wouldn't sell. Like, I got a Joe Walsh signed album over there. I'm not going to sell. I got a Cage autograph that I would never sell. There's a Heinz Ward autographed zombie photo over there from The Walking Dead. And there's a cool one right over there. Vincent Price autograph. There's a Moon Zombie. Gunnar Hansen from Texas Chainsaw Hookers. Don't really want to sell that one either. There's King Kong. I think it's Andy Serkis. And then the Nun. And over there we got Forrest Whitaker and James Marsden, Casey Affleck, John Cusack. We got Vanilla Ice over there with the Ninja Turtles. I don't know if you can see that in the bottom. Miles Teller, Silent Night, Deadly Night. There's Braveheart signed by the guy from Sons of Anarchy, Tommy Flanagan. He was in Braveheart. I just always liked Braveheart, so I got that photo. I like him better, the guy better in Sons of Anarchy, but he didn't have a big part in Braveheart, I don't think. So, all right. Vincent Price, one should go for cheap. Yeah. I think I have that one on eBay for like $75. I have never met The Rock. I don't have any Rock autographs. I've met lots of wrestlers. I have a bunch of Kane. Yeah, I wish it was cheap too. But yeah, Rock's one of the few wrestlers I haven't met. I've probably met 200 or 300 wrestlers, but never met The Rock. Met the Big Show, Bret Hart, Chris Benoit, Hitman Hart, tons of guys. Met Lex Luger, Miss Elizabeth, Stacy Keibler. I liked her. Stacy Keibler had to be one of the best looking girls I ever met in wrestling. Yeah, I met Jake Roberts. And of course, Hacksaw and Cage and Rey Mysterio, Booker T, Disco Inferno, Mike Awesome, Lance Storm, Tony Atlas, Brian Christopher, Demolition Axe and Smash, Rock and Roll Express. Tons of guys. Yeah, Stacy Keibler, she was definitely the hottest girl I ever met. Never met Stone Cold. One I'd like to meet. Met Bradshaw, Farouk. There's just so many of them. Kevin Sullivan, the Barbarian, Matt Hardy, Rebby Sky, Shane Douglas, Brutus the Beefcake, Jimmy Snuka, King Kong Bundy. Man, there's just so many of them. Chris Jericho. Don't think I met him. We were going to go see him. He was here in my hometown playing his band. My buddies went to see him. But I didn't get to see Chris Jericho. Never met Undertaker, but did meet Kane. It was the time I met Kane, I met him in an elevator. And at the time, nobody knew who Kane was. Because it was literally a week or two, like when he had just debuted. And I'm stuck in the elevator with him, and I had just met Farouk, and I had just met Bradshaw, I just met Luger, and Miss Elizabeth, and I met a bunch of other guys, like wrestlers, so I knew like WWE must have been in town. So I saw this big dude, and I was like, he's got to be a wrestler. And I saw him like grab his bag, and I could see the muscle structure in his arm. And I looked up at him, and I'm like, hey, you're a wrestler, aren't you? He's like, yeah. He goes, I'm a wrestler, but I bet you don't know who I am. And I said, give me a second. I'm pretty good at this. So I'm looking at him. I didn't recognize his face, but then I remembered his muscle structure. And I'm like, you're Kane, aren't you? He's like, well, how did you know I was Kane? He said, nobody has ever recognized me, ever. I said, well, when you picked up your bag, I could see your muscle structure in your arm. And like when you did the choke slams, I could tell it was you. And he's like, well, that's awesome. He goes, do you want an autograph or a picture? I didn't have my camera with me, and I didn't have my index cards or anything with me because everything was in my bag. I was traveling back from Florida back to Ohio that day. And I'd just been there for 2 months, like chasing autographs. in Florida. And I don't know why I didn't have my index cards in my back pocket with my Sharpie, because normally I always, like when I'm out and about, I usually always have index cards with me and pens and stuff, especially when you're in bigger cities, you're in airports and stuff, because you randomly run into people. Like if you know how to, if you recognize people, you're going to randomly run into people at big cities and big airports and stuff. Like we were down at the Super Bowl one time, and I just randomly ran into Gomer Pyle. He just came walking off, and I was like, it's like, holy cow, you're Gomer Pyle. And he's like, golly. He was a super nice guy. And then we randomly ran into like, Sandy Koufax at an airport in Florida. I randomly ran into Tom Arnold at an airport in Florida. We randomly ran into Ivan Rodriguez one time. So you just never know. Like, say, if you recognize people, if you're in a big airport, chances are there's a celebrity in that airport. And if you can recognize them, you're gonna get their autograph normally. But this is like pre 9/11, because pre 9/11 you could get down into the boarding place without a boarding pass or a ticket. Now you can't do that, so it's a lot harder to get autographs in airports. It's another reason I quit doing in-person autographs, because it started getting a lot harder. Because used to be we would know like a certain flight was coming in from a certain city, and we knew they were boarding or letting off at a certain gate. We could go to that gate and we could find the people, coming off the plane. And, if we knew a certain person was going to be in town, we knew there was only 2 or 3 flights they could be on if they were going to be there. If they want a straight flight, because most of the celebrities want a straight flight. So you find out what straight flight it is, and you run into people. You run, yeah, that's why all my exes live in Texas, so I don't have to run into them anymore. Since I live in Ohio, so that's funny. Yeah, like I said, I've always been really good at like recognizing people, like when I'm out and about. But it's kind of crazy sometimes. Like, we have indexed people like we didn't recognize, so you just kind of like, sometimes you kind of look at somebody like, man, that dude looks like a ball player or something. We'll go up and ask him for an autograph, and then we'll try to read his autograph, or he'll say, yeah, I'm nobody, and they won't give us an autograph. Because my buddy one time, he tried to index the sky cap guy, the guy that's like carrying the bags. It's like, dude, he works at the airport. He's probably not going to be anybody. He didn't realize he was working at the airport. So, but he was a big dude. But he said, I miss doing that stuff. I haven't done any of that in a while. I ran into Ryan Sandberg at an airport once. He was gonna sign for me, or no, I asked him if he would sign. He's like, man, he goes, I'm sorry, I'm running really late. And I saw him and his wife, and I think it was his daughter maybe, and they were running, through the airport. And he said, hey, I'm running late. If we miss our flight, we'll be back. So yeah, exactly. Probably did play some college ball. I have ran into that. I've met Rhino. Rhino was cool. Rhino is smaller than me. He looks so much bigger on TV. He's literally only about 5'10", 260 maybe, or 280 at the most. And I'm like 6 foot, like 320. So I was like huge compared to him. And I was like, wow. Same way with Bam Bam Bigelow. When I met him, I was bigger than Bam Bam too. Bam Bam looked like he was huge. Maybe he lost some weight or something, but he was barely 300 pounds when I met him. But I can't remember the other story I was telling. Little Rhino. I was shooting. I shot indie wrestling for 8 years, so that's where I met a lot of the, legends and stuff too. That they would they'd be at the show wrestling, and the place that they booked, it was really low ceiling. So once they got the ring up, there was literally 7 foot there. So literally there was like less than, if you're 6 foot tall, there was probably like, it was probably less, it was probably like 6'8" tall. So if 6 foot person was up there, you only had like 8 inches clearance above your head. So you could barely jump, and they would hit their head on the ceiling if they jumped. Or if they did a flip, they could kick through the ceiling. So they had to do a bunch of like pretty much nothing moves so they wouldn't get through the ceiling. One dude, can't remember who it was, but one dude got his head like put all the way through the ceiling, accidentally. So it was indie wrestling was always fun. Yeah, I've met like two of the Doinks. I don't think I met the original Doink, but I think I didn't meet what's his name, Osborne or something. Matt Osborne, I think was his name. But there was like 26 Doinks, I think. So I think I met two of them. I met Ivan Koloff, Nikita Koloff. I didn't meet Shawn Michaels, but I met his wife. His wife was Whisper, the Nitro Girl. I met DDP. I met Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner. When all my cards I was sorting. Been sorting out cards all day. Can't remember if I had my binder here. I could probably tell you more. But they said, I remember back in the day, I met Buff Bagwell. Buff was hitting on my ex-fiance one day, and I went to go get a drink at the water fountain because sometimes when you're chasing autographs, you're there for hours and hours and hours. So I got a little thirsty, so I went over to get a drink. Came back, my ex-fiance is talking to Buff Bagwell, and as I walk up, he kind of walks away really quickly. And I asked my ex-fiance, I said, "Hey, what happened here? Why is he taking off so fast?" She's like, "Well, he came up to me and he said, 'Hey, baby, what are you doing later on tonight or something?' And I told him, I said, 'You see that big guy right there? I'm going home with him.'" And he's like, "Oh," and he saw me coming and ran away. And so I started chasing after him, not because he hit on my ex-fiance. I don't give a crap about that. Thought that was kind of cool. But I needed him to autograph some stuff. But tell you, Buff's still pretty buff. But yeah, I went with her. I went home with her that night, not him. He didn't go home with her, so I thought that was kind of funny. But like I said, he started running because he thought I wanted to fight him or something. But like I said, I thought it was cool. I didn't, she wasn't going to go home with him. But literally, I ran. Like I said, I'm a big dude. I'm like 300 pounds. So I ran from one side of a mall to the other side of the mall. And this is like a triple decker mall. It's a big mall. It's not like a little teensy tiny mall. So like I said, I ran full speed trying to get him all the way to the other side of the mall. And he finally gets to the limo, and he's getting ready to get in the limo, and he's trying to get away from me. And I'm like, Buff, stop. And then he's like, oh, did you want me? I'm like, yeah. I was like, I got a couple cards. Could you sign them for me, please? He's like, oh, yeah, man, come on over. He started signing the cards, and he's like, I thought you were wanting to like fight me or something. I was like, no, dude, I don't care. You were hitting on my girlfriend. That's awesome. But he was cool, took a picture with me. And then I go back, and I see her talking to Ric Flair. This is the same day. I just got back, and then Rick takes off as soon as I get there. And I was like, what's up with Rick? Why is he taking off? He goes, well, she's like, he did the same thing. He had like the same line Buff did. And I told him I was going home with you, and he started taking off. So I had to go chase Rick down, and he signed for me too. So that was funny stories. Woo! I never met Scott Hall. Somebody was asking me if I met Scott Hall. Didn't meet Scott Hall. I met Kevin Nash. We were at another event, and my current wife was with my nephew. We were there chasing autographs, and I went around the building to see if anybody was in the back side of the parking lot. Not going to the. There was like two different doors there, so we went to the other door to see if any of the wrestlers were coming in. We were there really early. It was like 5 hours early or something like that. And there was this great big dude. He was like 6'10", had the long ponytail like Kevin Nash. The dude looked exactly like Kevin Nash. And I didn't get to talk to him, but because he took off as soon as I went there. And my wife told me that I said, hey, what was going on there? And she's like, oh, this guy said he's working with the show, and he wanted to get us like free tickets for me and my son or whatever. And I told him it wasn't my son, and I told him I was with you, and he took off when he saw you. So Kevin Nash was hitting on her and trying to give her free tickets to the show and stuff, but it was pretty funny. So I wrote a book about all the experiences about me chasing autographs and stuff, and I think in the book I put something like I think it was Kevin Nash or whatever, but I'm about 99.99% sure it was Kevin Nash. And she kept saying, no, I think he was just a roadie. I'm like, there's no roadie that's 6'10", has exact same ponytail as Kevin Nash would have, and looks exactly like Kevin Nash. Steve McMahon. I don't know who Steve McMahon is. I met Steve McMichael. Bongo. He was a wrestler for a little bit. Who else? Dude, there's just so many wrestlers. Vince McMahon. No, I've not met Vince McMahon. I'm trying to think. I met Mean Gene Okerlund. Met him that same day that I met Nash. Met Badass Billy Gunn. I met Taya from Lucha. I don't know. There's so many wrestlers I met. Jim Cornette. I haven't met like any current people. I'm trying to think if there's any current people. I mean, just guys that have been there forever, like Kane. I think he's gone now, but and Big Show. I mean, he's with AEW, but I kind of quit. Chasing autographs by the time I don't even know who the people are in the WCW anymore, or WWF or E or whatever it's called. Tells you how long I've been out of it. I don't even hardly remember the WWE name change. It was WWF when I watched it. Yeah, like I say, I wish I could remember all the wrestlers I met, but I have a brain problem. Stating, oh, I didn't get to read all that. For some reason, my messages come up for like 2 seconds, and then they disappear, which kind of sucks. I still need to do my. I became a seller on Whatnot. It's a live auction site. I got approved to sell on it. I haven't started yet. I need to do something this week. I'm gonna do a pop, whatever those things are called. They're called pops, I guess, vinyl pops. Doing a pop auction because that's how I got in. Because my buddy put me under as a pop seller, which I only have about 10 pops in my collection. Not even my collection, but at my store. So we'll probably auction about 5 of those off this week, just to get them out of the way, and then I'll probably start selling something else, vintage clothes or snackback hats, or one of these days we may sell some 8x10 autographs on there sometime, or some signed jerseys or something. I don't know, because I have been buying a bunch of, I've been buying a bunch of signed stuff to flip, because like I said, for 20 years I chased autographs for a living, so I know what autographs look like. I'm an expert at them, so I don't mind buying autographs. Some people shouldn't buy autographs because they pretty much don't know what they look like. But like I said, I chase so many people. Yeah, I think especially vintage clothing, and I have a lot of cool vintage clothing. I just sold a Dr. Dre shirt for 500 on eBay last week, so it was pretty cool. But yeah, it's like I showed earlier, this piles of clothing over here. I just have all kinds of stuff over there. Yeah, the snapback hats do well too. I just showed a hat earlier. We just bought this for $5. We got this on eBay right now for 100. So they said the hats do really well, especially like the vintage stuff, the Made in USA, the starter caps and stuff like that. So, well, guys, we've been on here for 75 minutes. Still got 4 people in the room. That's crazy. Trying to see if there's something here. I still have some people that haven't claimed their prizes from the giveaway that I did. So if any of you guys are watching, Carter Sells, you did not claim your prize. Jack Plays Digital did not claim their prize. Connor Kincaid did not claim your prize, and I think you were the winner. I think he was literally 92 off of how many autographs that you thought I got for 14 months. Halloween fan Mark, you didn't claim your autograph. And Brian Richard. So if any of you guys are watching this right now or watching this later on, go find the contest, and that will have my email in it, and email me and I'll get you your cards to you. And Johnny Serena, I will get your cards to you. I tell you what, here in a couple of weeks, if they don't do it, I may go ahead and give them away on a live or something. So I got Johnny sitting here somewhere. I got to take those home because his envelope is at my house, but the prizes are here. They said I've bought like 500,000 cards, for TTM and stuff. So what I'm doing now, yeah, those are all autographed. The giveaway ones were, but I bought like I said 500,000 TTM fuel, and what I'm doing is I'm taking the crap and doing like 25 A's cards, and then we'll sell them for like $1. Do like 25 Tigers cards, just the guys that don't sign their mail, just so I can get rid of this crap. And then today I was sorting through it and kind of like picking out the guys that sign their mail. And kind of like Oda B. McDowell and Terry Steinbeck and Scott Bales, Tommy Green, Billy Swift, Kevin Elster, Bill Sampson, Bob Scanlon, Chris Hoyles, Scott Fletcher, Mark Lewis, all that kind of stuff. All those people signed their mail. Jim Eisenreich, Sid Bream, for $1, he signs his mail. But yeah, this is I went through like two or three boxes like this big, and so far we found this much TTM fuel. So those will be sent out on a later date. What else do we have here? I'll show you something I got. I was telling you guys vintage clothes sell pretty well. This is a brand new sweatshirt from the 80s. I bought a ton of these. This is like really cool, like 80s stuff. And it was like made in USA. I sell this stuff for like $40 a piece. $50 a piece on my eBay. I bought 450 of those for like not just those, but t-shirts in general. And almost all of it was new. And we paid $150 for 450 of them. So we have a bunch of cool like West Virginia shirts that I may do on my Whatnot channel. I think I bought like 300 of those things were like different West Virginia shirts. So I think they'll do all right. But any of you guys haven't hit the like button, go hit the like button. That way we get the algorithm going, and maybe more people will see this video. Maybe I'll delete the video. I don't know. Did I say anything that is offensive? You never know. You never know when you go live. You don't know if you say offensive stuff or not. So I could see why some people delete their lives, but I try to make it family friendly. We try to. But the main thing is you guys can hear me all right. So what we did is I'm using the mic for just on the earpieces here, so hopefully it's a lot better. I have to go back and listen to it. And we got 5 people in here, so, and we got 10 likes. There we go. I can actually read this thing now. Cool Plastics has a bad mouth. Yeah, I don't see anything else here. I don't know what to do. What do you guys do with your index cards? You guys just pile them up? It's like I have so many index cards. I found this like at a thrift store. I think it still has a price tag on it. Hey, look at that. I'm a bargain shopper. 50 cents. And it holds like my index cards and stuff. I just pile them all up. There's more there and more there. I just pile them all up. I don't even take the time to put who they are. I used to rip them up. Then I keep like my bigger photos and stuff that people have sent, and bigger cards. That's an autogram that I bought. I was probably going to mat that autogram and sell it. I like these bigger cards. Those are cool. Hey, there's one of the buffs I got that day. Buff the stuff. Gary Stills did a signing here in West Virginia. He went to WVU, played for the Chiefs. He was a decent player. But I got that when he just came out of college. Yeah, I got to figure out what to do with all this stuff. Just keep piling it up. Maybe one of these days I'll do a big lot of them or something. Then donation. When I sent donations to Mike Eastler, he signs his card. I think I should get out of here, guys. Got to go home. Spend a little time with the wife. I try to at least like watch one movie with her a night or something. Spend a little bit of time with her. Because the rest of the time I'm usually doing other crap, resale related or autograph related or any of that stuff. But yeah, like I said yesterday, we went to Columbus, and one of these days maybe I'll go live and do like a thrift haul of everything I got sometime. I don't know. We'll do something. I like this not editing stuff. That helps out a lot. Because like I said, I just have so much time, spend so much time doing other stuff. I just don't have time to edit it all and stuff like that. So, oh guys, I've been boring you to death, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you found somebody that you wanted to send to, like I said, I try to send to a variety of people. So have a good one, guys. Peace.